kunipiga. Mara hofu, moyo wangu uko imara, nikiwa chini nasimama. Nilipotea njia kidogo, nikapata maumivu, lakini macho yangu yameona kesho iliyo bora. Nikidondoka nainuka, nikichoka nasonga, kila doa linanifanya mwangaza wangu zaidi. Mimi ni zaidi ya mshindi, nitazidi, itainuka juu. Mimi ni zaidi ya mshindi, na nikirudia tena nitafika juu. Mimi ni zaidi. Watu wanasema haiwezekani, mimi nasema ngoja. Kila jeraha ni darasa, kila machozi ni nguvu. Mikono yangu bado ina nguvu, miguu yangu bado inacheza. Nikipigwa na upepo mkali, ninageuka kuwa moto.
Yes, peace and love, wonderful Black and Far family. Welcome to the Swahili classes for the weekend. I do hope that you're doing fantastic. And I'm actually introducing this particular class with a song which is known as Zaidi ya Mshindi, and that is more than a conqueror. If someone says Zaidi ya, they simply mean more than. For example, if someone is actually maybe quantifying something and they say this is more than what I had actually ordered for, then they would say hii ni zaidi ya nilichoagiza. And that would be the way you would actually make that particular point. Welcome to the class. Each and every Saturday and Sunday we connect, and the goal is to learn Swahili, or actually just better our understanding and our apprehension of this beautiful language of Swahili. We do say that there are over 1,500 languages on the beautiful continent of Africa, but we have chosen Swahili because Swahili is actually quite easy to understand. It is a language made up of syllables, words with syllables that have alternating vowel sounds. For example, if you're talking about something like kitabu, which is a book, then you would say ki-ta-bu. This is a word with 3 syllables, and they do have these 3 alternating syllables with alternating vowel sounds. Welcome to class. In Swahili, we do say karibu sana, and that is simply you are much welcome. Karibu sana kwenye darasa letu la Swahili. You are much welcome to our Swahili class. In case you do have any question at any point, you are free to interject, and you can always ask a question regarding any of the things that we get to address right here in class. We have been learning Swahili grammar. Yesterday we were tackling the adjectives, and the weekend before we were learning about prepositions, and today we shall be moving further from that. We shall be getting to understand how you make simple Swahili dialogues. And these dialogues, they may be based on different contexts. For example, if you are getting into a hotel, or maybe perhaps you are visiting a friend, what kind of a dialogue would you and your friend have? Simply because you knock on their door, and the knock on the door is hodi. If the knock is actually a physical one, then you don't need to say hodi, you can just knock on the door. But really, if you don't want to knock on the door, you simply say hodi, H-O-D-I, hodi, and that is actually the knock on the door, but now it's verbally. You say hodi, and you're saying hodi, and that is someone, you would alert someone to know that there's someone on the door if you say hodi. And then perhaps they would come to the door, and they would say habari yako, and habari yako is simply how are you, habari yako, habari yako, habari yako, habari yako is simply how are you. And then how are you, then they would say karibu sana. They would say karibu sana simply to welcome you. If you knock on someone's door, then they would say karibu sana. They would say karibu sana. They would say karibu sana, which is much welcome, much welcome. And they might also say njoo ndani, welcome inside, or get inside. So that would be njoo, njoo. Njoo means come. Njoo ndani, then that would be come inside or get inside. Come inside. They might also say karibu nyumbani. They might also say karibu nyumbani. They might also say karibu nyumbani, which is welcome home. Karibu nyumbani, nyumbani, which is welcome home. Karibu nyumbani, which is welcome welcome home. Welcome home. Karibu nyumbani simply means welcome home. And they might also ask you habari ya masiku. Habari ya masiku. Habari ya masiku. Habari ya masiku. That simply means how have you been? How have you been? How have you been? How have you been? Or how has your days been? They simply want to know how you have been or how you have been keeping up. And you might say nzuri or salama. Salama means well. Nzuri means good. If at all your days have not been well, then you might say mbaya. Nimekuwa na changamoto mingi. Changamoto means challenges. Changamoto. Changamoto means challenges. It means challenges. So if someone says nimekuwa na changamoto, it seems the ni is a syllable for I. Ni mekuwa. Nimekuwa. If you say nimekuwa na changamoto, ni mekuwa, then that would be have been. I have been. Nimekuwa. I have been. If you say nimekuwa na means with. Na means with. Na is a syllable. It simply means with. But na can also represent the present continuous tense. In terms of the verb in the phrase, it can represent the present continuous tense. If someone says ni nakula, it means I am eating. If someone says ni nakunywa, it means I am drinking. If someone says ni points to self, and then they add na is a present continuous, then they put a verb like tembea. Tembea means to walk. So if someone says ni natembea, it simply means this is the present continuous. Ni na, then the verb there is tembea. Ni natembea, it means I am walking. I am walking. But for our class today, we are learning about simple Swahili dialogues, and these are given in different contexts. The context that I just gave is in the context where you're visiting someone, you knock on their door. In Swahili, you can do it even verbally without knocking. You can say hodi. If you say hodi, then it's understood to be like a knock. It's similar to a knock. If you say hodi, someone knows that you're alerting them that someone is at the door. And if you say hodi, nimetembea. Nimetembea means I have visited. Ni points to self, it points to I. Then me is for the present, shows also the present continuous. Nimetembea, the present moment. Nimetembea means I have visited. I have visited. Tembea means to walk or to visit. I have visited. So if someone says nimetembea siku ya leo, siku ya leo means today. Siku is a day. Siku is a day. Siku means a day. Siku means a day. But if someone says siku ya leo, they simply mean today. Leo is for today. Spelled the way you would pronounce a Leo. But Leo means today. Leo means today. So if you're visiting someone and they say ninafuraha kukuona, that is simply I'm happy to see you. I am very happy to see you. Ninafuraha kukuona. Then that means I am happy to see you. I am pleased to see you, or I am happy to see you. It's not difficult. Swahili is just a beautiful language, and the more you get to practice, the easier it becomes for you to learn the language. And you can also ask questions. If you feel that you do not understand anything that I'm talking about, and you've just joined the live, and you're wondering what is this brother talking about, you need to ask a question so that we can engage and we can learn the answer. If you're talking about visiting a brother, you would say hujambo kaka. Hello brother. Hujambo kaka, which is hello brother. If you knocked on someone's door and you're visiting your sister, you would say hujambo dada. D-A-D-A. You would say hujambo dada for hello sister. So in that context, you're visiting them and you might say nimetembea kwa ajili ya kuongea nawe. Kwa kwa ajili ya, that is, it expresses the reason, because of, kwa ajili ya, kwa minajili, umesema kwa minajili or kwa ajili ya. This is expressing whatever reason that you are there. Umesema nimetembea kwa ajili ya kuongea nawe. It means I have visited so that I can speak with, so that I can speak with, so that I can speak with you, so that I could speak with you. Ongea means to speak. Nena also means to speak. Nena, it means to speak. Nena means to speak. Ongea also means to speak. Ongea also, it means to speak. It means to speak. So if someone says, ninataka kuongea nawe, ninataka is I want. Ninataka kuongea. Ku shows the verb in action. So if you use ku before the ku, ongea, if you use ku before the verb ongea, means to speak, to speak. So if someone says ninataka kuongea nawe, it simply means I want to speak with you. If someone says ningependa kunena nawe, ningependa is I would like. Ningependa kunena nawe is simply I would like to speak with you as well. And you might say kwa sababu ya. Sababu ya means because of. Sababu ya, it means because of. For example, if someone is telling you that I am late because of, for example, we might have started this particular class a little bit earlier, but because of our challenges with the system, we were not able to start with the streaming system. So you might say, tumechelewa kwa sababu ya. We are late because of. We are late because of. So therefore, tumechelewa, you would say tumechelewa kwa sababu ya. So we are late because of. And that is exactly how you can describe. You can describe that particular situation, and also understand that it's not difficult. Swahili is rather an easy language to understand. So if you're just trying to better your knowledge of Swahili, or if you're just getting introduced to Swahili, this is the best platform for you to be able to connect with us, and also to be able to just learn the language very, very easily with us, simply because we move at a good pace. We do not rush, and you can always ask a question. The goal is to just help us understand and learn the language a little bit better, or much better. And that is why we do it as the Black Hot Fan Network on this particular platform. So if anyone has a question to that particular point, please ask. Kama uko na swali, tafadhali uliza. That is, please ask. If you have a question, please ask. I am more than glad to respond to you in regard to how you make simple Swahili dialogues in different contexts. And of course, if you're knocking on someone's door and you say hodi, and they do not know you, then you're a stranger to them, then of course you would say jina langu ni, and nimetoka this and that, because my name is and I'm from, because that is exactly what people want to know. Who are you? Where are you from? So you would say jina langu ni, my name is, jina langu ni Spikes, my name is Spikes. And then you may proceed to say nimetoka mjini Nairobi. That means I am coming from Nairobi. Nimetoka means I am coming from. Nimetoka Nairobi, then that would be I am from Nairobi. So you'd introduce yourself, say hujambo. If it's to a lady, it's hujambo dada. If it's to a brother, it's hujambo kaka. If it's to an elderly woman, then you would say hujambo mama, which is hello to the mother, or to an elderly woman. It's a respectful way of actually saying it, that you are just recognizing them, and you would like to say hello to them. So therefore, you say hujambo mama. Or you might say habari yako mama, which is how are you Martha. It doesn't have to be a biological mom. Mama is just an elder name for someone who is a little bit elder, and it's a woman. They might be maybe your mother's age. So you might say hujambo mama or habari yako mama, and then you might introduce yourself. You might say jina langu ni Sister Michelle. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream. I appreciate you, and I hope that you're doing well this particular weekend. I am quite eager to find out whether I haven't spoken and asked my Sudanese brothers and sisters whether in Sudan they communicate or they speak in Swahili. But I would wish, because for the Sudanese that have come over here from Sudan to Kenya, and they have been raised here in Kenya, most of them can speak fluent Swahili. But for those in Juba or for those in Khartoum, I am not sure. But I wish that the Sudanese government, the South Sudan government, the Sudan government, they would also see the need to introduce this beautiful language in those two countries. You know, Sudan was once one big country. It broke down into two, Sudan and then South Sudan. I think that was in about 2002 or 2003. Let me just confirm. When was South Sudan founded? That might be in 2000 and let me just see. This is in 2011, actually very, very recently, not even 2002. 2011, that is when South Sudan was actually formed. But I was just saying that I would hope that even South Sudan and their government would introduce this beautiful language in their country. When we talk about Somalia, which is the neighbor to Sudan, Somalia recently they introduced Swahili in their curriculum, which is actually a good thing. For Sudan itself, Sudan was founded in 1956. That is when they gained the independence in 1956. In Uganda, I think that was in 1962. In Central African Republic, that was just the other day. And what I would say is that maybe we would see other countries introduce this beautiful language of Swahili as well. On the 17th of July, every year, we celebrate the International Day of Swahili. I would hope to see more countries also see the significance or see the need to embrace this particular language, and it will become very, very much better and easier. So welcome to class. In case you're joining us, I would say karibu sana kwenye darasa letu la leo. I said Leo, you do say Leo as spelled like you'd have it spelled as Leo. Leo is today. Leo is today. So you will say darasa letu means our class. It means our class. That would actually mean our class. Darasa letu. It would actually mean our class. But if you're talking about darasa letu la leo, that is our class for today. Our class for today. Because if you do say Leo, it simply means today. But remember, there is a difference between today, which is Leo, and siku. Siku means a day. Siku means a day. So if I do say siku yoyote, I would be meaning any day. Any day, any day. For example, if someone was to ask you, hey, when can we meet up? And you respond and say siku yoyote. Siku yoyote is a phrase. It means tunaweza patana siku yoyote. There are two things to understand in Swahili. One of them is pronouns. And the pronouns, we do say mimi, we do say I. Mimi or I. You can say mimi or I for the pronouns. So you can also represent mimi with ni. I, ni, the syllable ni also points to I, because that is the first person singular, I. But if you're talking about the first person plural, then you would say we. We, in Swahili, we do say sisi. But if you're talking about we, you can also represent that with tu. So if you do say tu naenda shule, let me just put it down. Tu points to we. 2 points to we. It points to we. While ni points to I. Ni points to I. I've always reminded as ni points to I. Ni, it points to I, points to I, points to I. So if I did say ni naenda shule, so ni, let me just break down the sentence. Ni na enda shule, ninaenda shule, then that would be I myself, ni, I, na Na is a present continuous. It's like you'd say I am. Is a present continuous. Is a present continuous. So the na there, it becomes a present continuous. Then enda means go. Enda means go. Enda means go. And then we do not have articles. We do not have articles in Swahili. So therefore, you just say, I'm going to school. I'm going to school. We do not have articles in Swahili. We cannot say like the school, like the school, you know, like the woman, the school, the table. We do not have an article like there in Swahili. And also something else, we do not have X and Q in Swahili. So if you do find anything with an X and Q in Swahili, then you know that that is not Swahili. And then we have the 5 vowels. The most important thing to realize is these 5 vowels. The other thing is to realize is the ni and the tu. So with this sentence, you would say, ni naenda shule. It's I am going to school. I am going to school. If we are talking about we, the first person plural, we, then you would say tu naenda shule. The only thing that changes is the syllable ni. It changes into tu, because tu is for the plural, and this is for the first person plural. So we. So you say tu. We do say tu. Na is a present continuous. Enda is the verb, the action verb. Then shule of course is the object where we go in shule. So we are going to school. We are going to school. We are going to school. And remember, you can use the word leo to, leo to show today. So you could also say tunaenda shule leo. Tunaenda shule leo, because leo is today. So tunaenda, we are going. Shule, to school, shule leo. Tunaenda shule leo. And that would be we are going to school today. Tunaenda shule leo. Remember that ni, I have said ni points to self. It points to I. Ni naenda shule leo. I am going to school today. But ni also has another use of showing when it is used as a suffix. When it is used as a suffix for the noun, the noun representing a place, it shows that you are talking within that particular place. If I did say tunaenda shule ni, it means within the school or inside the school. So the ni used for a noun representing a place, if ni is used as a suffix for a noun representing a place, it shows inside that particular place or within that particular place. Let me give some examples. Soko means a market. Soko is a noun. It is a noun representing a place. It represents a market. It shows a market. But if you did say soko ni, soko means a market. Soko, just soko is a market. If you did say soko and then add ni at the end of that particular word, noun, it means inside the market, all within the market. Inside the market, all within the market. That is those 2 ways in which you actually do get to say it. Inside the market, all within the market. Inside the market, all within the market. That is exactly get to say it. And also, if you are talking about maybe perhaps a shop, a convenience store, we call it duka, D-U-K-A, duka, but this is a shop. It's a shop or a store. It's a shop or a store. But if you did say dukani, so you have the ni as a suffix for that particular word, ni, dukani, then it's inside the shop. Dukani, that is simply inside the shop. It is simply inside the shop, or within the shop. Inside, all within the shop. All within the shop. Another last example is a forest. A forest is known as a msitu. Msitu is a forest. Msitu is a forest. Msitu is a forest. Is a forest. But if you're talking about inside the forest, then you would say msituni. Msituni. So you have the ni at the end of that particular noun, msituni, to show that you are referring to that particular noun, but you're talking about within that particular place or actually inside that place. I apologize, a bit of a hit right there. But nonetheless, I was just saying that if you're talking about inside a place, you're talking about inside the market, you would say sokoni. If you're talking about maybe perhaps inside a shop, you would say dukani. If you're talking about a place, for example, it's inside maybe perhaps a place that you're visiting, maybe maktaba. Maktaba. We do say this is a library. Maktaba, it's a library. But if you're talking about inside the library, then you would say maktabani. Maktabani simply would be inside that particular library. You would say maktabani. If you have a question, please ask. Kama uko na swali, tafadhali uliza. I will be more than glad to respond. I do believe that at the end of the day, we are just trying to improve our learning of our Swahili. And I always do say that Swahili is not difficult. If you to commit some time and maybe perhaps commit some hours every other week, maybe you have a couple of hours to learn and study Swahili, it becomes even much more easier for you. These days we do have the AI. I do believe, for example, an AI like I do believe even maybe ChatGPT and others related. Some of them, they have even been they have incorporated Swahili into their systems, and therefore you can be able also to do quick interpretations or quick pronunciations, and that would actually help you a very big deal. But remember, what we are learning is the dialogue, simple dialogues in different contexts. So I did say, if you visit someone, maybe perhaps you have visited someone, when you visit them, you knock on the door. You can even knock verbally and I say hodi or say hodi hodi. If you say hodi is twice. Hodi is like a knock, but this is now more verbal. If you said hodi, then they would come and open up the door and they would say njoo ndani or karibu ndani. Karibu is welcome inside. Njoo means come. If someone says njoo ndani, it simply means come inside. When they do, then you might say asante. Asante is just a word, just showing that you are very appreciative. So you would say asante. Asante simply means thank you. So they might also say karibu kiti. They might also say karibu kiti. So karibu kiti. They might also say karibu kiti, which is have a seat or take a seat. Take a seat, have a seat. Have a seat. If someone says karibu kiti, then that would be have a seat. But if someone was that courteous and they extended these courtesy, you would say asante na shukuru. Ni na shukuru. Ni is I. Na is a present continuous. Shukuru is appreciate. So ni na shukuru. Shukuru is I I appreciate. Ninashukuru is I appreciate. You might also add the word sana. Sana simply means very. Sana simply means very. So therefore, if you do say ninashukuru, then that will be I appreciate. If you do say sana, then I appreciate a lot. I appreciate a lot. That is simply ninashukuru sana. Asante. Asante is I appreciate a lot. Thank you. Ninashukuru sana. Asante. But also, if you're talking about maybe perhaps telling someone to have a seat, or maybe just take a seat, you might tell them karibu kiti, utakunywa nini, which is have a seat. What will you have for a drink? Utakunywa nini? That is what will you have for a drink? And this particular person might say ningependa chai, ningependa kunywa. If they say ningependa kunywa chai, that simply means I would like to have some tea. Ningependa means I would like. Ningependa is a simple phrase. It means I would like. Ningependa kunywa chai. And they might also say kidogo. Kidogo is a word for a little. A little. Ningependa is I would like. Kunywa is to drink. Kunywa is to drink. Then you might say kunywa chai. So if someone, you to visit someone, you knock on the door, you might even knock verbally and say hodi hodi. Hodi is just a way of like knock knock. Say hodi. And then if you to say if they were to tell you karibu ndani or njoo ndani, and then that you'd understand is just a way of them welcoming you and just asking you to come inside. If they say karibu kiti, then you know that they are telling you to have a seat. If someone was to ask, je, nikusaidie vipi? If someone was to ask, je, nikusaidie vipi? Then that would be, how can I help you? Or how can I be of any assistance? How can I help you? Or how can I be of any assistance? If someone did say nikusaidie vipi, nikusaidie vipi, they are asking, how can I help you? Because when you're asking questions, when we are asking questions, then that would be VP. VP means how. VP means how. VP, V-I-P-I. VP, V-I-P-I. It means how. So if someone was to ask, you came across a stranger, and when you come across a stranger, they introduce themselves. They introduce themselves. For example, they may say habari yako mama, which is how are you, mom, and then you might say salama sana. If you respond and say salama sana, you can also ask them, je nikusaidie vipi? Je signals the start of a question. Je signals the start of a question. Je nikusaidie, ni is I, kusaidie, nikusaidie vipi is how can I help you. Ni kusaidie vipi, nikusaidie vipi is how can I help you. Is how can I help you? How can I help you? If someone says nikusaidie vipi, then it means how can I help you? For example, you go into a store and you're looking around and you're trying to buy something, and the attendant, the shop attendant, they come around and they ask you about mama, nikusaidie vipi leo. Nikusaidie vipi is how can I help you. If they say nikusaidie vipi leo is how can I help you today. How can I help you today? Or they might say karibu mama, nikusaidie vipi. Karibu mama is welcome to an elderly lady. Karibu mama, nikusaidie vipi is how can I help you. And then your response would be ninataka. Ni is pointing to I. Na is a present continuous. It's a tense marker. Then taka means to want. So you can say ninataka ni. Na is a present continuous tense marker. Taka is want. Ninataka, it's simply a phrase for I want. So if therefore someone says ninataka kununua mkoba, then that means I want to buy a bag. Mkoba is a bag. Mkoba is a bag. Maybe perhaps in the store you wanted to buy a bag, then you would say ningependa, ninataka, which is I want. Ninataka kununua. Kununua shows to buy. It means to buy because the ku is for verb in action. Kununua. So you might say ninataka, which is I want. Kununua, kununua means to buy. Mkoba, mkoba is a bag. To buy a bag. Ninataka kununua mkoba wa kusafiri, a traveling bag. Mkoba wa kusafiri is just a traveling bag. Or you might say ninataka kununua kitabu. Nunua kitabu is to buy a book. Nunua is buy. Nunua is buy. Nunua is buy. Nunua is simply buy. Nunua is simply buy. Nunua is buy. So if you say nunua kitabu, it's buy a book. If you say nunua kitabu, it's simply understood to be buy a book. And that is exactly how it is. If you do have a question up to that particular point, please feel free to interact. I always love it when we are interactive. And I also thank you so much for taking your time to join us in class. If you commit maybe a few hours in a week to learn Swahili, that would be a beautiful thing to do, because you can learn Swahili as you move along, with your colleagues, with your family members, with your spouse, with your whomever you want to learn the language with. You can engage them in your learning of the language. I am not sure whether, like Google Assistant and other tech and AI platforms can be able to help you in your learning. I'll be able to do a bit of a research this week and see how best you can learn your Swahili, even with maybe the tech assistant. But there are so many classes, an archive of so many lessons that you have done right here on this particular platform. If you go to Blackboard for Africa, you can watch those particular videos. If you go to Blackboard, some of these channels, some of them have been taken down, but I just go to YouTube and search for Saturday Swahili class or Sunday Swahili class on Blackboard Fire, or Swahili class on Blackboard Fire, and they will pop up. So many of them. You can listen to them, some of them randomly, some of them you can be able to just go through one episode to another, and that would actually be a good look. Thank you so much for being with us. I remember to visit the official network website. It's www.blackcodfirenetwork.com. Once you are on there, please turn on the notifications. Please turn on the notifications because you are able to find out what's going on with the network. You can also find out about the network. You can find out what it is about Blackboard Fire Network, what it is Blackboard Fire Network does, and everything else in between through the network website. We also do have a store. There are two stores on the network. One of the stores deals with nutritional products. The other stores deals with apparels. So if you wanted to buy a Blackboard Fire Network hoodie, a Blackboard Fire Network baseball hat, a Blackboard Fire Network crop top, a Blackboard Fire Network jacket, whatever apparels that you want to buy, you can find them right there on the Blackboard Fire Network website. For the nutrition section, you can find out what supplements there are on the Blackboard Fire Network, and you can also find out what other nutritional options that you have on the network. So therefore, make sure you do use this particular resource. It's very, very resourceful. Apart from that, you do have the news. You can find out what is happening with Black America, what is happening with Africa as a continent. You can find out what is happening with Kenya as a country. All these particular news, they are on one platform, which is blackhotfirenetwork.com. Make sure you give us a visit. And once you are on there, this is what I'm talking about. You can find out what is going on with business and economy, what is going on with entertainment, what is going on with health or eco-news, what is going on with opinion and politics, sports, technology, everything in between. You can also find out featured blogs, the podcast you are on there. Then you have these two stores, the sports store and also the apparel store. When you click on the apparel store, you'll find a whole lot of items on their merchandise. I was just talking about things like the hoodie, the Blackboard Fire Network hoodie. You can find the Blackboard Fire Network hat or a baseball cap. You can find the Blackboard Fire Network even a rocks glass, the unisex hoodie, the oversized tie and dye t-shirt. You can find the Blackboard Fire Network flag, the Blackboard Fire Network unisex athletic shorts, the unisex sweatshirt, and a whole lot of other wonderful things that you find on there. So therefore, make sure that you patronize the platform, and it's all to help continue with the good work with the Blackboard Fire Network. So let me know where you're tuning from, and also if you do have a question, tafadhali uliza. Tafadhali is a very, very polite word. It means please. Tafadhali means please. Tafadhali, it means please. tafadhali. It means please. It means please. So if someone says tafadhali uliza swali, it means please ask the question. If someone says tafadhali keti chini, it means please have a seat. Tafadhali keti chini, it means please have a seat. If someone says tafadhali ongea pole pole, it means please talk a little bit slowly. Talk a little bit slowly. You know, sometimes people are talking way too fast, and you're telling them please talk slowly. You'd say tafadhali ongea means to speak. Tafadhali ongea. Pole pole means slow. This is P-O-L-E, like you'd spell a pole, but you do say pole pole. Pole pole means slow. The opposite of that is haraka. If someone says unaongea haraka sana, it means you're speaking very fast. Ongea, it means to speak. If you're talking about the speed, yesterday we were learning about adjectives, and you did say that you have two adjectives that describe the space or the speed, slow or fast. If you're talking about slow, you would say pole pole. If you're talking about fast, you would say haraka. H-A-R-A-K-A. For example, that is a fast. It means fast. That is exactly how it would mean. So we have been learning about dialogue, simple dialogue in different contexts. And I've said if you went into a store and the store attendant, they were to say, habari yako mama, nikusaidie vipi. Nikusaidie is how can I help. Nikusaidie vipi is how can I help you. How can I help you? Then you would say, ningetaka kununua kitabu. I would like to buy a book. I would like to buy a book. Ningetaka kununua, that might be what? A cake. You might say ningetaka kununua keki. You might talk about buying coffee. Ningetaka kununua kahawa. Kahawa is a coffee. You might want to buy like whatever item that you want to buy, maybe a phone. You might say ningetaka kununua simu mpya. Simu is a phone. So if you're in a store, simu, and you're in a store selling phones, then you might say duka la simu. Duka la simu is a store or a phone, a shop that sells phone. Duka means a shop, and the phone is simu. So duka la simu, then that will be a shop that sells phones, and that is exactly how it is. We shall take a short break. We shall play your song, a wonderful jam, and it's known as Kama Hivi. It's known as a Kama Hivi, and it's a wonderful jam. You can bust some dance moves on this particular one. It's known as Kama Hivi. Kama Hivi means like this. Kama Hivi, it means like this. Let me know if you're vibing to it or if it's giving dance.
Nimeamka na tabasamu, moyo wangu uko sawa. Leo natembea kama maji bila pawa. Viatu chini, uchumi juu, nahitaji tu furaha. Nikipiga step pole pole, kila shida inatoweka. Acha niende wimbi, niko fresh, niko usiku nishike. Nisukume kidogo, nikeze mpaka mwisho. Mikono hewani, tunaishi leo. Cheza kama hivi, maisha level yangu sina stress mimi. Cheza kama hivi, naruka nacheza najibamba mimi. Toka juu hadi chini, toka juu hadi chini. Cheza kama hivi, maisha level yangu sina stress mimi. Moyo wangu haukimbii, na uacha ufuate bite. Nikikanyaga pole pole, nafika bila takatifu. Mtaa unaniona leo, nikiwa na nuru usoni. Kuna ndani yangu inachemka kama maji. Acha niende mawimbi yanishike. Niko fresh, niko huyu usiku nishike. Nisukume kidogo, nicheze mpaka mwisho. Mikono hewani, tunaishi leo. Cheza kama hivi, maisha level yangu sina stress mimi. Cheza kama hivi, naruka nacheza najibamba mimi. Toka juu hadi chini, toka juu hadi chini. Cheza kama hivi, maisha level yangu sina stress mimi. leo sipimi kesho, ninavuta pumzi moya. Mapenzi ya kawaida yanateka bila hoja. Kama unanisoma ndio karibu taratibu, tule furaha pamoja, bila presha, bila tabu. Cheza cheza kama hivi, maisha level yangu sina stress mimi. Cheza cheza kama hivi, naruka na cheza na jibamba mimi. Toka juu hadi chini chini, toka juu hadi chini chini. Cheza cheza kama hivi, maisha level yangu sina stress mimi.
Yes, personally, if you do get to ask me, I will tell you that song is jamming, and that's not a lie. And you say, mapenzi ya kawaida. Mapenzi ya kawaida is ordinary love. Mapenzi is, you do say mapenzi, it's called love. You do say mapenzi. Mapenzi. The song is just about moving to your vibe and to the rhythm and the vibe. Mapenzi is love. Mapenzi is love. But if someone says mapenzi ya kawaida is means ordinary love. Ordinary. You do say ya kawaida. If someone says cheza, kidogo. Cheza means to dance. Cheza it simply means to dance. Cheza is dance. Cheza it means dance. So if someone says cheza kidogo, it means dance a little. Cheza kidogo. It means dance a little. But cheza can also mean to play. For example, in the context of kids playing outside the house, you might say watoto wanacheza. Watoto wanacheza means the kids, the children are playing outside the house. Watoto wanacheza. So cheza can mean dance, and cheza can also mean to play. So both of them, they are physical movements, and that is exactly why they are expressed in the same word. Cheza for play and cheza for dance as well. Up to that particular point, does anyone have a question? Can you rate the song out of 10? For me, I rate it a cool 8, because for the vibe and you know how you want to dance the song, it makes you want to dance and jam to that particular one. So that is why we do get to learn Swahili, because you can also enjoy Swahili music. It's known as bongo. If in case you don't know about Swahili music from Tanzania, Swahili music from Tanzania is known as bongo. B-O-N-G-O, bongo. This is a Swahili music from Tanzania. The style of music is known as bongo. So in case you ever want to listen to some Swahili music from Tanzania, just search for bongo, B-O-N-G-O. Just search for bongo, and you'll find so many playlists that get to entertain you with Swahili music, and that is one of them, which is known as kama hivi. Kama hivi means like this. So if someone tells you cheza kidogo kama hivi, it means dance a little like this. Dance a little like this. So kama hivi, kama means like, kama, you do say kama means like, and heavy means this. Heavy means like this. So if someone says kama hivi, I mean like this. And let's go back to our Swahili class, and I'll be learning about simple dialogues in different contexts. Simple dialogues in different contexts. So a different context would be in the setup or in the context of a hospital. Maybe perhaps you're taking a patient to a hospital. What you refer to a patient as is mgonjwa. Someone who is sick, mgonjwa. This is a patient. And you might talk about a nurse. A nurse is known as muuguzi. This is a nurse. And you might also talk about the doctor. The doctor is known as dakitari. This is a doctor. Dakitari, this is a doctor. And if you're talking about the pain or the ailment, you would say mgonjwa anaugua maradhi. Maradhi is a disease. Maradhi. This is the sickness. So if you are actually ailing from a disease, then you say mgonjwa anaugua maradhi ya. mgonjwa anaugua maradhi ya, for example, if it's typhoid, then you would say anaugua maradhi ya kipindupindu. No, kipindupindu is cholera. That is kipindupindu is cholera. But you would say maradhi ya the disease, a particular disease you can refer to as ugonjwa, ugonjwa or maradhi, ugonjwa or maradhi. And if you want to say someone is hurt, then you would say mgonjwa ameumia. Mgonjwa, the patient is hurt. Mgonjwa ameumia. So therefore you might say habari daktari, habari yako daktari, which is how are you doctor? How are you doctor? Habari yako daktari. Habari yako is how are you? Habari yako daktari. Habari yako daktari, which is how are you doctor? How are you doctor? How are you doctor? And then you will tell them, I would like to get some treatment. I would like to get some treatment. Ningependa, that is a phrase for I would like. Ningependa, I would like. Kupata matibabu. Matibabu is the treatment. Matibabu is the treatment. The treatment. So therefore, you would say habari yako daktari, which is how are you doctor. Ningependa is I would like. Kupata means to get. Matibabu is the treatment. Habari yako daktari. I don't know if you shake hands or something, but you say habari yako daktari when they're on the side of the desk. Habari yako daktari. Ningetaka or ningependa kupata matibabu. Pata matibabu is get treatment. Pata matibabu. Matibabu is a simply get treatment. Get treatment. Get treatment is pata matibabu. Simply get treatment. And if you talk about nimeumia, nimeumia, ni is I, me is the tense for today. And nimeumia means I am hurt. I am hurt. I am hurt. All ninaumia, it means I am hurting. Ninaumia means I am hurting. So you might tell them, ninaumia, nina maumivu. Maumivu is pain. Is pain. It means pains. It means pain. It means pain. Maumivu. Nina maumivu. If you say nina maumivu, nina, ni is I, na is the present continuous. Nina maumivu is I have pains. Nina maumivu kwa mgongo. Mgongo is my back. Mgongo is my back. So in the context of a doctor or a hospital or a setup of a clinic or whatever, it is important that you also know about the parts of the body and how we refer to them in Swahili. For the parts of the body, you have your head. For head, we do say kichwa. Kichwa is for the head. Kichwa is for the head. Is for the head. So if you do say nina maumivu ya kichwa, nina maumivu ya kichwa, it means I have head pains. I have head pains. If you do say nina maumivu ya tumbo, it means I have stomach pains. I have stomach pains. If you say nina maumivu ya mgongo, mgongo is your back. Kichwa is your head. For the stomach, you do say tumbo. Tumbo, T-U-M-B-O. That is for the stomach. So if you do have pains, in your stomach, you might say nina maumivu ya tumbo. Nina maumivu ya tumbo. And if the doctor was to ask, J, maumivu yalianza lini? Lini in Swahili means when. Maumivu yalianza lini? It is when did the pain start. Maumivu is the pains. Maumivu yalianza. Anza means to start. Anza means to start. Maumivu yalianza lini? That will be when did the pain start. You might say today, which is leo. You might say jana. Jana means yesterday. Jana, it means yesterday. It means yesterday. But if you did say jana jioni, then it would mean yesterday evening. Yesterday evening. Jana jioni. Jana jioni. Jana jioni. Jana jioni. It means yesterday evening. Yesterday evening. Evening. That is jana jioni. Yeah, jana jioni. So that is a kind of a conversation that you'd have with the doctor, because the doctor would love to know. The doctor is known as daktari. The pain is known as maumivu. Maumivu. pain can also be described as uchungu. Uchungu is pain as well. Uchungu is pain. Uchungu is pain. But if you're talking about a disease or sickness, you do say ugonjwa. Ugonjwa is ugonjwa is a disease. Ugonjwa is a disease. So that is exactly how you get to have a simple dialogue with the doctor. Habari yako daktari is how are you doctor. Ningependa, because I would like, ningependa kupata matibabu. I think I've written that down. Pata matibabu means to get treatment. Pata matibabu, it means to get treatment. Let me see where I've shared that. Pata matibabu. Yes, pata matibabu is like this. It's like this. Pata matibabu. Matibabu is treatment. Matibabu. Matibabu. Matibabu, it comes from the word tiba. Tiba. Tiba means cure. All treatment. Tiba means cure. Tiba, it means cure. It means cure. All treatment. Treatment in the noun form. Treatment. So if you do say ninataka matibabu, matibabu is I want treatment. I want treatment. But if you want the cure, cure is known as tiba. You might say ninatafuta. Tafuta is look for. Tafuta means to find, to look for. To look for. If you say ninatafuta tiba ya. Tiba ya is a treatment for or the cure for. Tiba ya. Tiba ya is a cure for. Cure for is a cure for. That is exactly how you would say. Tafadhali daktari is please doctor. Nipe tiba ya. Give me the treatment for. Give me the treatment for. Maumivu ya mgongo. That would be back pains. Maumivu is pains. You say maumivu ya mgongo. That would be the back pains. That is exactly how you would say it. Ninaumwa sana. If you say ninaumwa, ni means I. Umwa means to be hurt. To be hurt. So if you say ninaumwa, ni is I. Na means the present continuous is a tense marker. Then umwa is to feel pain. Naumwa sana. If you do say ninaumwa sana, means I feel a lot of pain. I feel a lot of pain. So you might be in the waiting room and you're telling the nurse, ninaumwa sana. It means tafadhali nataka kuona daktari. Ona daktari is see a doctor. Ona daktari. Ona is to see. Ona means to see. Ona, it means to see. So if you did say ninataka is ni, I want, ninataka. Kuona means to see. Ku is just a prefix for the verb. Ku shows the verb in action. So if you say kuona, it means to see. To see. So if you wanted to see a doctor, you would say ni nataka, I want to. Ninataka kuona daktari. I want to see a doctor. Ninataka kuona daktari. That is exactly how you would say it. I want to see a doctor. I want to see a doctor. I want to see a doctor. That is exactly how you say it. I want to see a doctor. Kwa matibabu, for treatment. Kwa matibabu is for treatment. I want to see a doctor for treatment. Ninataka kuona daktari kwa matibabu. I want to see a doctor for treatment. And if it's an emergency, then you say kwa dharura. Kwa dharura. Dharura is like this. Urgently. It means urgently. If you wanted to see a doctor urgently, then you would say ninataka kuona daktari kwa dharura. Kwa dharura means I want to see a doctor urgently. Maybe the situation is crazy and maybe someone has brought you in the hospital and you want to see a doctor like urgently. then you would say ningependa kuona daktari kwa dharura. Or you might say kwa matibabu ya dharura, that means treatment that is urgent, treatment that is urgent, and it's not any difficult. That is exactly how you get to say it. If you have a question, please ask. If not, we shall take a break. We shall enjoy some music. And this is beautiful Swahili music. And you are always free to ask a question. You are always free to interject at any point and maybe perhaps seek clarification. You might say samahani. Samahani means excuse me. Sikuelewa. If it did say sikuelewa, it means I did not understand. Sikuelewa means I did not understand. But we shall enjoy a song. It's known as machozi. Machozi means tears. And lia is the action of crying. If someone is crying, then you say they are crying, wanalia. But let's enjoy this particular song. Then we shall proceed. We shall continue.
Nilikaa kwenye vumbi, moyo ukiwa mzito, kila hatua ilikuwa ndefu kama mlima usioisha, lakini niliokota nguvu. Nilipoanguka nikaweka jina langu juu ya kidonda, nilikosa sauti, nikameza kilio, nikabeba siku hizi kama jiwe kifuani, lakini bado nipo, bado na hema, bado naona mwanga ukinipitia. Pole najisogeza mbele, pole pole najijenga tena. Usiku huu si wa mwisho, moyo wangu bado unajua kuota. Machozi yanatiririka, lakini naendelea. Machozi yanatiririka, naendelea. Najifuta leo, nainuka tena. Kesho ni mpya, naanza tena. Machozi yanatiririka, lakini naendelea. Machozi yanatiririka, naendelea. Nafungua njia yangu. Nilidondoka chini, dunia ikanyamaza. Watu wakapita, nikabaki na kivuli, lakini ndani yangu kuna cheche ndogo, haiwezi kuzima na upepo wote. Nilijifunza kusimama bila kushika mkono, kusikia moyo kinambia usikate tamaa. Kila kovu langu ni ushuhuda kwamba maumivu haya yakunimaliza. Machozi yanatiririka, kimya usiku wa giza, nalia moyoni pole, nikijificha na maumivu haya, lakini najinyanyua, najifuta machozi yangu. Kesho ni mpya tena, naanza safari yangu. Nilidondoka chini, dunia ikanikataa, lakini ndani yangu kuna moto hauzimiki. Ninainuka juu, napaka matai angani, kwa tumaini jipya nitaangaza gizani. Machozi yanatiririka, lakini naendelea. Machozi yanatiririka, naendelea. Najifuta leo, nainuka tena. Kesho ni mpya, naanza tena. Machozi yanatiririka, lakini naendelea. Machozi yanatiririka, naendelea. Nafungua njia yangu. nikiamka moyo mzito, kichwa changu kina barua za jana. Nilikuona nikacheka kidogo, lakini ndani kuna mvua. Uliposema it's okay, nilisheka barani. Macho yako yalinikosea, sikujua cha kusema, na kila nikikimbia rudi karibu zaidi. Nataka kuwa lakini roho inalia, sielewi roho yangu tena, sielewi roho yangu tena. Baby, why you do me like that? Sielewi roho yangu.
Yes, that is some beautiful music, and I do hope that you are jamming to the songs. I do hope that they make you feel some, they actually spark more interest for you to learn Swahili, so that you can know what's going on with the song. You know, it's always a good thing if you're able to know what is this artist talking about. Is most of these particular songs that I played you, some of them are love songs, some of them are just uplifting, inspirational vibes, and they are done beautifully in Swahili, because if you go to Tanzania, Swahili is a national language. It's also the official language. So if you're studying your geography or your chemistry or your physics in Swahili, in a class in Tanzania, you will do that. That is conducted in Swahili. If you go to Kenya, the official language is English, but the national language is Swahili. For Uganda, they also speak Swahili. I do believe the official language is English, but for the national language, I would think that must be Swahili as well. But yes, welcome to once again to the class. We would say karibu tena. Karibu tena means welcome again. Tena means again. So if I did say karibu tena, it means welcome again. But if I did say karibu sana, then that would be welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So if I might say karibu sana wageni wangu, then that would be you are much welcome our visitor. Wageni wangu would be my visitors. Wageni wetu would be our visitors. Wageni, that is a W-A-G. That is wageni means visitors. Visitors. So remember, we are learning Swahili, and we are talking about the simple dialogues in different Swahili context. The context of a hospital, the context of a store, like if you went into a store, ungependa kununua nini, that would be what would you like to buy, or zeni kusaidia vipi, how can I help you, or utanunua nini leo, that would be what will you buy for today, or that is how it would happen. But if you're talking about maybe the context of a school, then you might say, like I did give an example earlier, ninaenda shule means I am going to school. Ninaenda shule means I am going to school. In the context of a school, you would say mwalimu. Mwalimu is a teacher. Mwalimu is a teacher. So you might say, ningependa, I would like kuona mwalimu. That would mean I would like to see a teacher. Ningependa kuona mwalimu. Remember, in the previous context, we said in a hospital, you would say ningependa kuona daktari. I would like to see a doctor. But if you're talking about the principal in a school, you would say mwalimu mkuu. Mkuu means big. So like the hospital, the principal, the status is quote unquote big. So you say ningependa kuona mwalimu mkuu. Mwalimu mkuu means a principal. Mwalimu is a teacher. But if you're talking about the principal, you would say mwalimu mkuu. Mwalimu mkuu. That would be the principal or the head teacher. Principal or the head teacher. The head teacher in a particular school. That might be an elementary, primary, junior level school, or whatever, senior level school. Say you want to see the principal. Then you might also say, if you're talking about a class, you might say darasa. Darasa. That is a class. So if you're talking about maybe the second class, you say darasa la pili, because pili is number 2. Darasa la pili. Talking about the first class, you would say darasa la kwanza, and that is how you would say it, and it would be well represented. So you might say ninaenda darasa la pili, that would be I'm going to the second class, I'm going to the third class, naenda darasa la tatu. If you're talking about maybe perhaps the school bus, say basi la shule, basi la shule. If you're talking about maybe the student, you would say mwanafunzi. If you're talking about a very popular student, you would say mwanafunzi hodari, mwanafunzi hodari. If you're talking about the library, I did say the library is known as maktaba. Ninaenda maktabani, I'm going to the library. If you're talking about maybe maybe perhaps you're talking about the context of maybe perhaps what would that be? The school, of course, we did say is shule. The class, it's called darasa. The books are known as vitabu. Where you do find the books in the library, call it maktaba. If you're talking about maybe perhaps the teachers, I already did say that is the teachers are walimu. Walimu. One teacher is mwalimu. Many teachers, we refer to them as walimu. 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 And that is exactly how you would refer to that in that particular context. So umesema nataka kuona mwalimu mkuu, au ningependa kuongea na mwalimu mkuu, I would like to speak with the principal. And if you're talking about mimi ni mzazi wa mwanafunzi fulani, I am the parent to a particular student, you would say mimi ni mzazi wa mwanafunzi wa darasa la pili. Then that would be I am a parent to a student in the third grade or the fourth grade. Say darasa la nne, that is the fourth grade, and so on and so forth. At that particular point, does anyone have a question? If you do have a question, please ask. Tafadhali uliza swali. Kama uko na swali, tafadhali uliza. Remember, please make sure you head over to the official network website. It's www.blackwaternetwork.com. I have shared it with us right here, and you can see. You can click on the homepage, and it will show you what's going on with the Blackwater Network. You can find out what is going on with the featured blogs. They teach us on African history, on Black history at large. For example, this one about the Gold Coast. Ghana was initially known as the Gold Coast to the British. It was known as the Gold Coast. But we also do have other articles on there. You can just click on more, and you can find out what is going on with that as well. We do have the news, the USA news, the business and economy news, the entertainment news, the international news. For example, if you clicked on that, you will be able to find out what is going on with this. For example, this is that the UN recognizes impact of the African diaspora. And, this is the question in terms of intensifying the addressing racism and promote justice for people of Pan-African descent. And, there are so many wonderful things. You can also patronize the platform. You can subscribe. You can support the network. Once you are on this beautiful website, you can also go and visit the social community. And there's a whole lot of wonderful things that you can get to access. All these resources, they are there for you, courtesy of the Blackwater Network, founded and established by Keith a couple of years ago. I think that was about 10 years ago. I'm still not quite sure when the Blackwater Network was established, but I believe it might have been about 2016 or thereabouts. I'm not quite sure, but it has been, I believe, almost 10 years. I will ask Keith and confirm that. But yes, thank you so much for being part of the Blackwater Network Media for the 21st century. We are almost winding up, but I'm giving this opportunity to you, whomever might have a question. I'm giving an opportunity to you to ask a question or even share a comment. It doesn't have to be a question. You can just share a comment. It doesn't have to be a question. You can just share a comment or an observation. Remember, we do these particular classes on Saturdays and Sundays. Yesterday, we were learning about adjectives. And I did say these are known as vivumishi. The adverbs are known as virelezi. The nouns are known as nominal majina. And we have talked about even prepositions and also pronouns. And we have been learning Swahili grammar. We do it at a slow pace so that everyone can also understand what is going on. And if you wish to tour Tanzania, much welcome. If you wish to tour Kenya, much welcome. If you wish to tour the East African country of Uganda, if you wish to go to Somalia, which I do not really recommend, but you can always feel free to visit and find us there. We are winding up. Thank you so much for being together with us. I do not take you for granted. Your support and your company is always highly appreciated. So I want to wish you a happy and a productive new week ahead. Does anyone have a question? Because I would love to address your questions before we go any further. Does anyone has a question? If anyone does, please ask. And also, before I forget, please, I would like to wish everyone happy Mother's Day. And mothers are celebrated out there. Mothers do a whole lot. Some people keep on asking, why is it that Father's Day is slept on and Mother's Day has a buzz? I do know it's because, mothers do a whole lot. I also do appreciate fathers, but today is a special day for the mothers. So I want to wish every mother a happy and a productive day. And also know that you are very, 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 very much appreciated. At this particular point, I will play you the song Dear Mama, but I know that is a copyright strike. So I will not, but I just want to wish you a happy and a productive day, and also recognize and appreciate our mothers everywhere they are. Any mother anywhere out there, I want to salute you. Continue doing what you do. They do say that, being a mother is a full-time job. It never ends. You do your mother's since the day you actually deliver your child till forever. It's a full-time job. It never ends. You continue being a mother, and that is exactly what it is. And it's an honor actually. And just want to say thank you. Asante sana kwa mama wote, which is thank you so much to all the mothers. Asante sana kwa mama, kina mama wote. Kina mama is mothers, kina mama wote. And I hope that you get to continue doing what you do, because you make the world a better place, and you make the world go round. Say girls make the world go round, or women make the world go round, but actually mothers make the world go round. And that is why I give you a special salute. And thank you so much for being part of even this particular platform, the Black Hot Fire. I want to just say Asante, and if no one has a question, I think I shall be right. We end it there. If no one has a question, if anyone has a question, I wouldn't mind. I just want to answer the questions. But if no one has a question, I just want to wish you a happy and a productive week ahead. Click that. I want to wish everyone a happy and a productive week ahead. Stay safe. Keep on the lookout. Be aware of the environment, and also keep utmost positive, because positivity is an ingredient, for better results. If you put your mind to positive things, then positive results will manifest. So make sure you stay positive. Make sure you stay focused, and make sure you are also giving yourself the love that you so freely give to others. It's very important. Sometimes we are worried about people. We are worried about so and so and how they are living and how we can help them out and everything else. But also worry about yourself. You deserve the love that you so freely give to others as well. You are out there doing for people. You are out there actually sacrificing for people, which is a positive thing, but also for the sake of your wellness, for the sake of your well-being, for your mind, for everything else. It is also important that you also have some self-care and some self-love, because this is a one that is very, very crazy. They do say that the takers have no limits. The takers have no limits. So for the giver, you also need to know what are the limits, because the takers have none. So thank you so much. Till next time, must be love. Take care of yourselves, and keep it Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. I'm not sure whether kids are going to be coming back live, but tomorrow, maybe, and also the other day, make sure you join Keith for the Africa Today show, and also for the Black Hot Fire Network show, hosted by Keith, and also for the rest of the team, Shmani, Joby, Kamlesh, and the rest of the team. I want to give them a quick salute, and I do hope that they do continue doing it with utmost love and utmost positivity and good vibes. Till next time, peace and love. Kwaheri, kwaheri, kwaheri. Kwaheri means goodbye. Kwaheri means goodbye. And if I say kwaheri ya kuonana, it means goodbye. See you later. Peace out.